What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Doing another subscriber requested course here in the Backyard Simulator. As you guys can see by the title, we are playing St. Marlo Country Club. This is in Duluth, Georgia, courtesy of a subscriber by the name of Christopher DeRoches. Hopefully I said that somewhat right. I think it's an 18-hole course, a bunch of different tee box options. We're going to give it a go. Real quick, you guys know how I love my excuses out here, but today I feel like this is a decent one. I played 18 holes, walked 18 holes earlier today, and didn't have anything else already recorded here, so we are recording this at 5:53 at night. I just put some bug spray on, didn't even do the driving range before, didn't warm up, just took like 3 driver swings over there, and we're gonna give it a go. So like I said, walked 18 holes earlier, I'm at 19,600 steps. As far as the holes that I played pretty well. I shot, I'm not going to say where it was because I recorded it, but I shot a 2 over on the front. It's only a 9-hole course. I shot 2 over on the front, and then the back, I didn't even add it up, but it was probably like a 50. So pretty big swings score wise. Kind of hopefully have some wide open par 4s and par 5s here and take out some frustration from that back 9 here. And I'm not going to swing that actually because it's picked up on that before. But basically, we're going to give it a go. Pretty high likelihood of a not so hot score here, but luckily it looks like Christopher requested at least one of the course that I have written down. So hopefully if this one turns out to be a not so great performance, then the next hole, or next course rather, that I play should be able to do a little bit better. But getting into it, first hole, par 4, 369. I'm aiming 266 right there, and it's downhill. So might have to go over these trees. This is probably one of those shots where you couldn't even do this in real life, but considering we're here in the simulator, I'm just gonna try to blast it over there and see what happens. Like always for the rundown, Garmin Approach R10 behind me. Like you guys see in the title, that's my unit of choice and what I have. It's on a DIY level stand. Country Club Elite mat there. You can put tees into it, but I've been using the same driving range tee back here when I practice, and then actually on course as well. So it seems to be working out pretty well. Keep the consistency the same with my tee height. DIY stance mat from Amazon, 10x7 nets, and then Home Tee Hero that you're seeing on screen within the Garmin Golf app. Now, one other thing I wanted to mention before I got started, I hit this pretty good, but the new driver, I've only used it I think 2 or 3 times on course maybe. I found out last night actually that this driver, the Stealth 2 Plus, is stock basically from the factory 2 degrees flatter than what the Sim 2 was. So I guess basically from what I understand, the TaylorMade adjustable Hosels, you can make it more upright, but you could never make it more flat. So basically from this driver, from what I understand, they made it out of the factory more flat, and then if you need to, you can change it to more upright. So I've been messing around. I'm still using the 3-wood shaft. I was back to that. Been messing around with the regular shaft, or the I guess the stock shaft that came with it, which was that hazardous black, I think, 60 gram extra stiff. Right now I have the 3-wood in here, 3-wood shaft. This is a 73 gram stiff flex, and basically from what I was seeing, I turned this to where it's 1 click. If any of you guys have TaylorMade stuff out there, it's 1 click to the left of higher. So before I had it on higher, I have the removable weight slid all the way down to draw. Basically, since it's flatter out of the box, I wanted to make it a little more upright. And from what I understand, when the club is more upright, the ball comes out further left, and when the club is flatter or too flat, it comes out right. So basically, all that to say, it's flatter. I've been seeing on course, I really have to crank down the driver face and shut it down to get something to go in place straight. I hit some really good ones, but compared to my last Sim 2. So I'm going to try that here, and we'll see what happens with the Garmin. I have a feeling if I crank it down too much here, that it's going to start left, and then the Garmin's going to read it as a draw and go even further left. So I'm going to just play it back here just a little bit more open, but here we go. Low on the face, felt relatively straight. We'll see how far that goes. Alright, let's take that. Granted, that was what, 20 yards downhill, so that was only 249, really. I have a feeling, considering I just walked 18 yards, is going to be probably almost a club length down. So 104 left, down 4, so we're at 100, but we're in the rough, so we'll add another 10, so we need 110. We're going to go 48 degree. This was one of the clubs today. Wedge game was pretty good, putting was pretty good. Hit a few good drives, hit a few really bad drives, like one of them was like 100 yards right. But the front 9, obviously with the 38, was pretty good. Played pretty well overall. Back 9, it was kind of all over the place, but 48 degree. Caught it heavy. See what happens. It has a chance. Yeah, just a tad short. Alright, we'll take that though. Hoping to kind of conjure up some of the better swings I had on the front 9 today, but we'll see. One thing I did want to mention swing-wise, or I guess setup-wise, is I kind of went down a lie angle rabbit hole last night, and basically, from what I understand, like I was saying before, when the club is a little more upright, it comes out left and stays a little bit straighter. If it's too flat, it all depends on your height and whatnot, but depends if your ball's coming out right, the club's a little too flat. So on course, all I was doing was just hinging my wrists just a little bit. So upright means that the toe is further up. Flat would mean the handle is a little more up here and it's more level. That's actually like too flat, but basically all I was doing was just hinging my wrist a little bit out of dress out on course, and it seemed to be working pretty well. So we're going to try that again back here and see if I can straighten things out a little bit. Second hole, par 4, 456. Long hole, down 20 yards again, or 17, which is good. So we're going to aim up this right side and try to blast one out there. High toe. That's going to be like 240, 250 probably. Up the right side, if that. Ooh, massive kick. That was lucky. I didn't deserve 267 out of that. But I have been seeing, granted I've only, like I said, it's tough to tell back here with the simulator. The Garmin does overall a good job, but sometimes you don't know exactly. It's a lot better when you have the actual ball flight you can see. But that forgiveness marketing or tagline that the Stealth 2 has been using, from my understanding, refers to basically when you hit it off center, which us amateurs do a lot, that the ball speeds remain elevated. So I have been seeing that on off center hits. I've been getting a little extra distance out of this thing compared to even my 2-year-older Sim 2, which is, I guess, nice. Obviously that was a bad drive, but the fact that it went, that was generous with the kick, but the fact that it still went out there decent, it was still to the right. But some of the other drivers I used in the past, they were probably 10, 20 yards shorter than that. But second shot here, see if we can make up for that. 191 down 7, plus we're in the rough. So basically we need 20 yards on top of this. So that would put us at about 125, 120, 125, I believe, if I did my math right. I shipped back my 5-iron TaylorMade because the ferrule or the head was loose. So they're repairing that. So I don't have my 5-iron. I would probably hit that. I'm going to go choke down 4 hybrid. I was seeing on course today, and like I see back here, about 240 when I hit it well, maybe 245. So I'm going to choke down about 1 inch and see if I can hit this thing like 230 and keep it relatively straight. Caught that heavy as well. That's not going to be 230, but that could be like 210, 220 maybe. Not quite in the rough. Alright, that went nowhere. 63 yards left, up 2. We got 65, and we're still in the rough, so another 6 on top of that. So 71. I'm gonna go 52 degree. Just take a little bit off of my 75-yard shot with this. Pulled it left. That could be long left. Yep. Didn't go as left as I thought, but long. 18 yards going back the other way. And we're in the rough, so another 2, so we need 20. I'm gonna go 60 degree. It's kind of my worry with this round. I know I'll be able to hit some decent drivers and some long irons, but I think it's going to be my consistency around the green with my wedge shots. Kind of the feel shots are probably not going to be as great, so that should be decent though. That should be right around 20. It came out a tad right short. All right. Oh boy. Third hole, we're 2 over, par 3, 160 up 2. I need 162, so that's right in between my 9 and 8. I've been seeing out of my 9 about 155. 8 iron's been about 170, 175. So I'm gonna go 8, and I'm going to choke down again about an inch and try to take a smooth swing. We'll see. If this comes up anything more than 10 yards short, I'm just going to start with about a half a club up and go from there. That was actually struck decent. Let's see what happens there. That could be long. Yeah. That was like a full 8. I didn't think I was going to be able to hit it that good. Well, 24 yards going back the other way, and then probably another 2.5 or so because we're in the rough, so call it 26, 27. Gonna go, considering I just left that other 60 degrees short, we're gonna go 56, and basically gonna play just a tad less than my regular 30-yard shot with this thing. Caught it heavy, but that'll at least be on the green. A little long too. It was working out for me. I was catching things a little bit heavy on course, but it seemed like it was because it was right. I made contact with the ball and then I caught turf and caught it a little heavy, but it was as the club was turning. So, I mean, to shoot a 38, I played pretty well, but it was a little bit heavier on average than usually. I kind of come in pretty shallow and kind of sweep the ball versus taking massive divots. But all right, 3 over through 3, basically bogey golf right now. 4th hole, par 4, 373. Where's the hole? Well, don't exactly have a great score going already, so we're gonna go up and over these trees. Actually, probably about there, and we'll see what happens. At this point, the ball could kind of go anywhere, so I'm gonna put some mustard behind it because it's either I'm gonna try to swing as smooth as I can and it could still go anywhere, or if I actually tried to swing at one, it could still go anywhere. So might as well take the chance and try to blast one. Hit it pretty good, but it's gonna be headed left. See what happens with these trees. Alright, rough probably killed, or definitely killed the rollout, but we're out there. That was at least decent contact. It's about what I was seeing on course as well, so I know my yardages. What I'm seeing on course when I get there is the same as back here, and then having just come from the course, and then back here, the yardages are pretty close. I wouldn't be able to do that much addition and subtraction club-wise if I was fudging things back here, but 108 left, down 10, and we're in the rough. So we're at 98, and then basically got to add back that 10 yards, so right around 108. We're gonna go 48 degree, and probably because I was catching things a little heavy and just a tad slow, I'm gonna go basically like a 115 shot. I was gonna go a little bit more than 100, but go like 115 and kind of take just a tad off of it is the goal. Caught it thin. Let's see what happens. Might be long. Sit. Alright. Not the best contact, but decent result. Starting to really like that 48 degree. Fifth hole, par 5. Looks like a nice straight one. Kind of a narrow fairway, but oh boy, we got water too. Alright. 280 up there. Don't think we'll get that, but if we catch the fairway and I hit one decent, we can get about 270, 275 maybe. Hit it decent again, but that one's headed right. Spinny high right one apparently. 259 into the rough. It's pretty crazy how I'm starting to learn the more different kind of spins and whatnot that you put on the ball, how you can basically have the same swing on a ball like speed wise, and if you hit one tailing right, like basically a fade in or slice, how much spinnier the ball gets and how much less distance it goes compared to if you hit that same driver swing speed with something going left, how much lower spin it is and more distance that you get. But alright, long way home. I'm not even going to do the math on this because we got so far and we're in the rough, so it's at least 25 yards on top of that. I'm just going to go 3 wood and try to hopefully blast something through the trees. Or top it left. Ooh, it didn't read, I don't think. Let's go. That's big. Big for the scorecard. Obviously that would have been a stroke and that would have probably gone like 50 to 100 yards, just rolled if we caught the tree or not. But because that was so bad, the Garmin's giving me a mulligan. Usually means I'm going to get, you know, a fortunate bounce or something later on in the round to even itself out, but headed right again, but at least that wasn't a 50-yard top. Alright, as long as we're short of that bunker, put a wedge shot on, move on with our lives here. $58 yards, up 1, and then call it another 6, so 57. I'm gonna go 52 degree. And playing my wedges a tad back in my stance back here, just so I can keep it down and into the net. But might be too much. Alright, or not. We'll take it. Sixth hole, par 4, water left. 356, we're 3 over. We're gonna aim I'd rather be in those trees or off those trees than in that water. So I'm gonna aim up here to the right and hopefully get something relatively straight and maybe even draw one back. Struck it decent again, but right. Not releasing the club. Well, I got my wish into those trees, and luckily it looks like it went through. Not the best shot there, but luckily, I think we have a look at it. 110 left. I think we're clear of the trees. Down 2, so we're at 108, plus we'll add another 10, 11 yards, so 119-ish. Basically, I've been seeing about 125, 120, 125, occasionally 130 when I hit this 48 full. So I'm gonna choke down inch, half an inch or so, try to make smooth contact. Or skull it off the back of the green. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Honestly, that was probably generous for how much that rolled out. It looked like it kind of slowed down when it hit a little bit. That's not that far back. That would have, on course, that probably would have been, well, 18 yards, I guess is kind of a lot, but that should have been probably further back than it is. Down 1, so we're at 17, plus another 2, so 19-ish. Going 60 degree. Hit it decent, right up and over the net though. Go in, go in. Ugh. That would have been nice. Well, get that ball after, I guess. Seventh hole, par 3. Got some more water. Looks like the camera's still going, which is always good. Going sweet tea back here instead of Gatorade today. The rare beverage switch up. Alright, 146 up 7. So we need 153. Gonna go smooth 9. Again, when I hit this good clean, pretty close to full power, about 155. So don't know if I'm gonna get the cleanest contact out of this, but I'm just gonna put a smooth swing on it, even if I'm a little bit down on distance right now. Caught it thin and it's headed right. It'll probably be short right. Yep. I think I'm pulling up on it. I'm like adding loft. I gotta stay more down into my left side and kind of trap and smother the ball, I think. 20 yards, up 1. Alright, we'll go 60 again. I don't know, people that are out there that are coaches or whatever are way better at golf than I am. It seems like on a shot like that, and sometimes when I'm not catching myself, I'm kind of, as I'm subconsciously coming into impact, I'm like adding loft, and I think that's why I'm popping it up or I catch it thin versus having my weight more forward still with that forward shaft lean and kind of having that descending blow and trapping the ball. Caught a tad heavy, but oh, it went in. Let's go. Those, I guess, it might not even have been heavy. I don't know. I guess I'm not a great judge because, again, I kind of sweep the ball. Today it seemed like I was catching them heavy, but I think, and even that one felt like, I think it's just because the club is making more contact with the turf than I'm used to. But I hit that one pretty clean, and it's probably more so on that shot and then today out on course. I was making contact and actually hitting it correctly, making contact with the turf after the ball, and that was the part that felt heavy, if I had to guess. But I'll take that chip in all day long. 2 over now, 8th hole, par 4, 298. Where's the pin? Ooh, I think we gotta do it. I mean, if I go left, there's that cart path over there, but if I go way left, I'm off the map left, and then right is that water. But I think we can play out of there, as long as I keep something relatively straight. I think this is probably one of those, again, you probably can't do this in real life, but I can here, so if I can, I will. That one left a mark. There was like something on the ball. That was a very good strike. That was weird. I don't know if like a bug got in there or something, or if there was something on the ball. Maybe if I look back at that tape, but that left a mark on the driver after I hit that, and it kind of sounded weird. 54 yards left. We're in the rough, so call it another 5 on that, so 59, 60 yards. Go 52. Let's see what we can do for an in-between shot of 50 and 75 here. Caught it a tad thin. We'll see what happens distance-wise. That could be long. Alright, we're on +2. I may be generous how I hit that, but we'll take the par. Ninth hole, par 5. Dogleg left. Up and over the water. We're 2 over. So, take a look at this real quick. Didn't start off so hot. Went par, double, bogey, and we got 3 pars in a row, a bird, and a par. A little bit better golf here. We're getting lucky a little bit. That chip-in helped, but I guess with this driver, since it's fade-based, I've been leaving them out to the right. I guess I gotta start aiming either straight or left side now, instead of up to the right. I would like to get to the point, obviously it's a swing change issue, but I would like to get to the point where I'm turning these back over again to the left. Been moving my ball back in my stance with driver just a tad, so not just quite as far. So I've had it before in the past, past my left foot. I try to keep it like left heel, but right now I'm maybe just slightly inside of that. High on the face, not very good. That was another probably 240, 250 pop up, not even. 242. I mean, it's 240 in the middle, but just not a good swing, not good contact. Frustrating. All right. 187, up 22 yards, so that puts us at 209, I believe. I'm gonna go, considering I don't have my 5-iron. The only thing I have is that 3-iron, which, funny enough, the Ping I2 from 1982, the 3-iron is 21.5 degrees aloft, which is the same exact loft as my Sim 2 5-iron that I sent back. So I could hit that. The only problem is that thing's an orange dot, which I think is 2 degrees flat or something like that. So when I really square one up, I hit that like 230, 240, I think I've got out of it. Probably realistically like 215, 220, but that club face is considerably smaller than and less forgiving than these Sim 2s. So all I'd say, go in 6-iron. We'll see what happens. Struck it decent. It's gonna be left side. Oh, it's out to the right and not coming back. I thought I turned that one over, and it's short. I don't know about that one. That could have been a slight misread. That one seemed like it came out pretty straight. I hit that pretty good, and I released the club face finally on that one. That one was going to be turning over left, and I thought if anything that was going to be long, and we were short right. Maybe not. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it was the R10 that one. 17 yards, up 1, 18, plus another 1 or 2, so 19, 20 yards, going 60. Pushed it right. It's gonna be a tad short as well. Yep. Unfortunate, but we're on the green for par, so. Alright folks, onto the back 9. We 2 over through 9. Honestly, for how I'm swinging it right now and how tired I am, that's not horrendous, so I'll actually take that. 10th hole, we get a par 5, 477, down 14 yards from where we're aimed. So, I've hit almost every single drive right. So we're going to aim left side by that bunker over there. Definitely not going to get 290 out of it, based on those last couple swings, but it is down 16 yards, so that's the line I'm taking. If I get anything over 260, 270 right now, I'll be pretty happy. Well, that one's headed left. It was hit better though. That's unfortunate. Aim up the left side and you hit one left, but at least I got some distance on that. That was struck better. .274. Luckily, I aimed at those bunkers. I thought that was going to fade a little bit. Stayed left, and we went left enough to where we're not in the bunker. So 205 left, down 1, and then we need another 20 yards on top of that because we're in the rough. So 224. I guess we'll go for it. We're going to go 1982, ping eye 2, orange dot 3 iron. Try to get 230 out of it. Nope. Super thin and right. These clubs are so old. When you don't square one up like that and you hit one like low in the face, it almost like vibrates through your hands, similar to like when you caught, if anyone who played baseball out there, you caught one like towards your hands on like the neck of the baseball bat. It kind of like vibrates and hurts your hands. Not quite that bad, but compared to the new clubs now that are so forgiving, that doesn't really happen. 61. We're in the bunker. This is a guessing game yardage wise. It says 20%, but since I've had the R10, it plays longer. Recently, it hasn't been as bad, so I think they may have actually tweaked their bunker algorithm a little bit. I'm going to go like 20-30%. We'll see what happens. 61 up 3, so we're at 64. 20% would be 12. So I'll go like 15 yards. What's that put us at? 73, 78. Going 52 degree. Struck it really good. That could be closer to 100. Alright, not quite 100. It came up long, but we're on the green, backside. Another par in the books. 11th hole, par 3. 170 down 10, so we're at 160. I guess we go 9. Gotta close down the club face, put some extra mustard on this, but again, 155 with my 9, 170, 175 with the 8. Definitely closer to a 9. One of those choke down in between 8s. Those are kind of tough too, so. Struck it decent. I don't know if I'm gonna get 160 out of it, but that should be at least the front side of the green, I would think. Or not. Or 30 yards short into the water. Don't know about that one either, but it is what it is. 67 down 4. We're at 63. Another, call it 7 on top of that, so 70. Gonna go 52 degree. There goes the scorecard, folks. Caught that one a tad heavy, we'll see. Ball spun off the net to the right over here into these bushes. We call them, or at least I do, in the northeast over here, we call them prickers. Thorn bush, pricker bush. What was that, long? Thought that was at least gonna be on the green. 13 yards. So we need like 15. Going 60. Should be right around 15, I would think. Came out like a yard right. Double bogey, yikes. 12th hole, par 4. 431, up 7 yards as well. Well, we've been hitting some right, we hit one left, so I'm gonna aim right down the middle and give myself room, both left and right, because that's how things are going right now. I feel like my swing speed, at least with driver, is still somewhat elevated. I can still kind of swing, but where it's gonna go once I make contact and how I make contact is anyone's guess right now. Another one, high on the face, pop up right. It's probably like 250 to the right. .246. Alright, 188, up 189, and then basically we need 20 yards on top of that. So call it 190, we're at 210. Would usually probably hit the 5, but we're gonna go 6 iron. Been seeing anywhere from right around 205-ish, 200 to 210. Right now, how I'm hitting it, probably closer to 200, so I'm gonna shut the face down and take a pretty healthy hack at this thing. Turned it over. We'll see what happens. Caught it a tad heavy. I don't know about 27 yards heavy, but that's what we got. And we got up 1 and plus another 2 or 3, so we're right at 30, which I do like that number. Same thing, I've been finding myself back here. I have my 30 and 35 yard shot pretty much dialed down with, or pretty much dialed in rather, with my 56 degree here. So I've been finding myself on course. I've been walking up to my shots around the green and using my GPS, and I do have the extra sense of confidence when I see that 30-35 number come up. So I just kind of go back into my memory bank, which is why I think the R10, that's probably the most useful part of it in my opinion, other than just like the general practice. But I basically go back into my memory bank and say I've hit this 30 yard shot a couple hundred times already, so just try to do what I've done in the past. Obviously, it doesn't always work out, but call it a tad thin. That's probably closer to 20, 25. Definitely further than 13. I don't know what's going on here with the R10. That's kind of frustrating. 14 yards. Well, I don't know what's causing the R10 to read a little bit short in my opinion on those last couple, but we're going to keep going with it. That was a tad right, but that should be pretty close to the number. Still short. Alright, we're 6 over now. That went downhill quick. 13th hole, par 5, 469. I'm just going to leave it there. It's getting depressing. I'm seeing, basically, I've said it before, but the R10 and even the, if you have like friends or family come over and they play multiple times, it remembers within this Garmin Golf app the software, so by username, it remembers what your average like first, second shot yardage is. So based on my last drives I've hit, it's suggesting I hit something 258. So basically that's my average off the tee for the past probably couple weeks, which is depressing to see when that thing starts creeping down. That means I've been hitting some not so great ones out here. That was at least hit a little better. Started up the right side. Low launch on it, but that should be 260-ish, I would think. 273 with the rollout. $196 down 10. So we're at 186. I'm gonna go 7-iron. And seeing about 185, 190 out of it. Tad thin. Should be straight though. I mean, I made decent contact with it. That one's believable. That one is how I felt like I hit that other 6-iron that came up like 30 yards short. That one actually, I mean, I know it rolled into the bunker, but I hit that decent. It was like a groove low. I still made decent contact with it, and that would be a distance that I would expect to see on course. 14th hole, par 4, 372. Ooh, down 20 yards. All right. Honestly, it's not going to happen, but if I really connect on one, I would be very, very happy if I put one out of play into that water. Not going to happen. I'm not going to hit this 300 yards, but if I do, that would be a good miss. Nope. Terrible sound up there. High on the toe. It's like a 240, 250 pop up again. Not even. Well, what were we down 20 yards, 273, so that was 253 realistically. Good thing we were hitting down from a mountaintop up there. 100 yards, down 4, 96, going choke down 48. Let's see. Been relatively consistent with my 100-yard shot with this club, so tad left. And that comes up long. Oh boy. At least I hit it good. 13 yards back the other way. Gonna go 60. Well, we had a stretch of like 2 or 3 good holes. I didn't know if I was gonna play 18 or possibly play an extra round out here, but I think I'm gonna call it after this. Then not so hot shots in a row here. That should be decent, I would think. That's one of those that could go in. Good shot. Just a tad left, it looks like. Par though, because we made it in the inner circle. 15th hole, par 4. 431. We got more water. That water, as long as we don't top one, should be out of play. But there's water up there again, right there, which I don't love. So we're gonna aim up this left side and see what happens. Well, I took like a half a step forward. That was low toe. That's going to be a duck hook left. At least it wasn't high on, or low heel. I don't know what I just said there. At least that wasn't high toe. That one was low on the face and off the heel because I stepped closer to it. 186 off the tee. 253 left. Alright, we're going to blast 3-wood. And I would assume, and we are, we're in the rough, so an extra 25 yards on top of that. So we need about 275, 280. Caught it heavy again and right. Go over the water. Nope. Probably a dumb shot there, but 126. Caught another 13 because we're in the rough, so that puts us at 139. I'm gonna go choke down 9-iron. The wheels are either coming off or they're already off. That was a spinny high one. Got it to work out, but double bogey, yikes. 16th hole, par 3, 185, up 4. It's 189. We're gonna go 6 to make sure we get over this water. That's in the water, I think. Could be so far right of it, it might not be actually, but we'll see. That was thin and right. We got lucky. Struggling to swing a club at this point, folks. 21 yards. Somehow in the fairway. I'm gonna go 60, I guess. Well, that's the second one over the net, but I hit it good. Get down. Oh. It's crazy how like that one was dead on what I think that was. I hit that good, so that was a little more than 20. 24 is fully believable. But how the other ones, I felt like I hit decent and they were just like 30 yards short. I don't know. I know, obviously, as everyone says, the R10, you can't compare it to at $600, or I think they're $550 now. You can't compare it to even something like the Mevo Plus, which is 3,000, let alone like GC Quad or TrackMan. But I don't know. All in all, definitely works pretty well, but there's those few shots that can be frustrating if you play enough out here. But to be fair, a lot of it is me not swinging it very well. 17th hole, par 4. Not even going to change the aim point. We're just going to try to make contact. Headed right, but at least I hit it better. That's going to be like 260-ish to the right, I would think. Or not. Or 229. $95 left, up 4, and we're in the rough. So we're at 99 plus another 10, so like 109. I'm gonna go 48, see what happens. Hit it pretty good. I think that would be around 110. Or 20 yards short. So we got 21 left, plus another 2, 23. We'll go 56, just to change things up. Should be decent. Felt like about a 25-yard shot. Not bad. Somehow we got a par. Alright, 18th and final hole. Here we go. 362, par 4, up 11 yards, 269. Let's end it off here with a halfway decent driver swing. Low and gonna be headed left, but wasn't the worst strike in the world. Felt like a little bit better strike than 237, but 130 left, up 5, 135. Going to the least favorite club in the bag, the old pitching wedge, and see if we can get 135 out of it. Struck a decent, tad left. It's gotta be at least 130. Alright, still a tad short, but that's kind of been the consistency with this club. I'll take the par. Take a look at the scorecard real quick. So, from St. Marlo Country Club in Duluth, Georgia, again, courtesy of the subscriber by the name of Christopher DeRojas. We're going to go with that. Shout out to you. We ended up with a 9 over 81. So, like I mentioned, we looked at the scorecard like halfway through. Double bogey on 2 hurt, and then 3 double bogeys on the back definitely hurt too. But we had that chip in on 7, I believe it was. We had a few pars in a row there. Strung together a couple pars on the back 9, but not much. But 4 out of 14 fairways hit, not great. Want to be at least 7. 6 out of 18 greens in regulation, again, not great. Want to be at least 9 there. And then 28 putts. That chip in helped, but that's actually Not a horrendous stat there, but not the best score. I'm gonna go back and see if I can find those 2 balls that I chipped over the net. They didn't go that far, so I should be able to find them. Clean things up here, call it a day, rest up, come out here in the next couple days hopefully, and move on to the next video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I apologize for not so great golf out here. Some pretty bad swings, but it is what it is. If you guys made it through here and you want to see me play a course of your choosing, let me know in the comments. Give me the name of the course and location. I'll respond to you. Anything from your local par 3 municipal course up to a world famous, really difficult 18-hole course. So just let me know. Like always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next course.